Hey, everybody, this is Tony, and I'm here today with a special guest, a woman who has been very busy within the last year, multi-talented, actress, singer, and now she's added author to her name, along with other things. None other than the great and legendary Miss Freda Payne. How you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing just fine. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you so much for being here. Now you've been doing a lot since we last spoke. I think the last time we did the interview was in 2020 or 2021. I forget which one.
Yeah,
But
well, never know.
right,
Time just
right.
flies.
It does, it does. But you got a new memoir out that I want to talk about,
Okay.
which is
Have you,
Bandit.
by the way, have you read it or
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest with you. I got the book already. I just didn't
uh-huh.
read it yet, like I have about the other five that I ordered.
You
So
ordered 5 books?
yeah, I ordered that one. I think I got one about Mary Wells, and I got a few more. A couple of different ones.
All right. You're into the divas, huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Good
Yeah.
stuff.
Okay.
But I want to talk a little bit about the memoir, of course. So for people, who don't, let's say, know you, what can they expect to read in this memoir? And how do you feel about it being out now? And you being able to be here to see it and everything, because it's been getting great responses.
Yeah, I know. And these are the responses I've been hearing are coming from people that are friends of mine that know me very well, have known me for years, and
Yes.
they would probably be the most critical, or let's say, the ones that would not be surprised or whatever. But everybody that has read the book, that have known me for years, they're loving it. They're like,
Mm-hmm.
I was even impressed because another friend of mine who's a well-known author of books.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, he's been on CNN and national TV, and he's universally known. His name is Randy Tabarelli.
Oh yes.
And Randy,
Yeah.
he wrote books. He's written books on the Kennedys, on Marilyn Monroe, Diana Ross, and all that, Elton John, and
Mm-hmm.
many more. And and he's been, I've known him since he was like about 15 years old. So that's how long, you
Wow.
know,
Okay.
I've known him. And he's been not only a fan, but a friend, more of
Mm-hmm.
a friend than anything else, a longtime friend. And he read it, and I thought he would just be like, "Oh, all right, Frida, it was okay." He wrote it, and he said he loved it. He said he couldn't put it down. He said he loved it. And I've been getting compliments, and I wasn't even expecting this. Honest to
Yes.
God, I'm telling you the truth. I wasn't expecting the accolades. I was expecting people to say, "Oh, well, Frida finally put her book out, finally wrote about her life and her memoirs, and big deal." And I didn't think people would really you know be all excited about it or anything like that. But I'm glad I got it done, because people have been bugging me about writing a book for like almost 30 years, really.
Right.
And I felt like I started seeing over the years how some of my peers have been writing their books.
Right.
And I said, all these other singers who are my peers are writing their books. And I said, and I haven't written my book, and I definitely have had a life and a story to tell. So
Mm-hmm.
I want to get it out before I can't remember anything.
Well, I'm definitely glad that you did. I know the last time I think we mentioned it, but I didn't know it would be so soon that you would get it out. So I'm glad, people get to enjoy this, and you are here to still see it and hear the responses for it. So,
Yeah,
it,
the last time we talked, I was in the process of writing it along with the co-writer, which is Mark Bigo.
Mark, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we were like in the process, because we started really in 2019, like the
Mm-hmm.
latter part, and then 2020, and that's when the pandemic hit. And so
Right.
we had a lot of time, spare time, and space to do it. So
Yeah.
2020 and 2021, and then finally it came out, it came out in November of 2021.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Absolutely. And it's called A Band of Gold, a memoir. And then
Right.
you got an introduction in here by Mary Wilson, of course, the late Mary Wilson of the
Yes.
Supremes, who we all were so sad to see go in February of
We
last
were,
year.
everybody was just devastated and
Yes,
disbelief.
yes. Matter of fact, the year, what was that? The year prior in 2020, I did an interview with her in November of 2020.
Mhm.
And it was crazy because I had just found out, matter of fact, that she was going to text me like the information for the stamp for that she was trying to get done for Florence Ballard.
Yeah, I remember she was campaigning for that.
Yeah, yeah. And she said she had the address on like a piece of paper, but it wouldn't show on the camera. So she said, I'll text you the address. And she did, but she sent it to my Skype number, not my actual cell number. And I caught on to that like months later. And then I'm like, so I texted her and I said, well, this is my number. She said, oh, okay, do you still need it? And I was like, no, we're fine. We're good. I just wanted to let you know. But
Yeah.
literally, that was like the week before. And then next thing you know, she was gone. So I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, it was like, and nobody, oh, it just knocked it, it's like somebody just like, ah, it was just, I can't even describe it,
Yeah, yeah.
because like, it'd be different if somebody has been sick and they're
Mm-hmm.
ailing and that they don't have long or something like that. But Mary was thriving, although I have to say, she had some health problems, but they were being addressed.
Right, right.
She was very fastidious about going to the doctor and doing what she's supposed to do. Mary had 2 stents in her heart already.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember my sister telling me an episode, they said that one time she did have a mild heart attack. And, but Mary was the kind of person, it would be taken care of. She had excellent doctors. And then she'd be back, back on her feet going again.
Mm-hmm.
And Mary was always on the go. Mary was always doing something,
Yes,
and she was
yes.
always showing up at all the affairs and, the parties and stuff like that. And she was taking care of her career and herself. And, and this just like they say, you don't know when the Grim Reaper is going to come calling. You just don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. It's
Mhm.
crazy. But she surely will be missed. I have to say that.
She
But
is missed. She
uh
is missed.
yeah, yeah. I think that stunned the world, really. The Supremes are in the top 5 of girl groups of all time at this
Oh
point.
yeah, definitely.
So I
And
think,
they're going to be, speaking of, I hate to interrupt you, but
go ahead.
there's going to be a tribute at the Grammy Museum here in Los Angeles, March the 4th.
Okay.
And it's going to be a tribute to Mary Wilson. And from what I'm hearing, it's almost like a combination, a tribute to Mary. Also, it's celebrating the release of a double set CD of
Right.
Mary, and also it's like a memorial, everything wrapped up in one.
Okay, okay.
Mm.
That's awesome though. So and speaking of music, they did release that Motown anthology of Mary Wilson, the double disc CD. So
Yeah,
fans get
that's
to
what
enjoy
it
that.
is. The
Yeah,
Motown anthology of Mary. Yeah.
yeah. So fans get to enjoy that. Thank God for
Mhm.
music. And speaking of music,
I'm getting it. That's for sure.
I know that's right. I am too. And you got a new single out I want to talk about, Just to Be With You, that you just released.
Yeah.
I loved it. I listened to it and I was just like, I want to say this. One thing I have noticed about you is you have always sung jazz, though you've done different genres. But one thing you have done with age is kept your voice intact and know how to sing in pocket. I love that. You don't overdo it. You don't underdo it. You do what's right. I love that.
I learned from experience,
Mm-hmm.
and I like, when I heard the track with another singer, and
Okay.
it was like Anissa, who is part of she's married to Michael Sutton, who wrote it, who produced it, and who was playing on it.
Okay.
And Anissa is involved with, they're married, so she had already put a vocal down, and I clicked on Instagram, and they had just put it out, and I said, "Dog, I like that track." And I said, "It's got a nice groove."
Yeah.
And so I mentioned it to Michael, and Michael said, "Well, Freda, we can cut it on you too. Nisa won't mind." So I said, "Are you sure?" He said, "Yeah, I'm sure." And so we went in the studio and we cut it, and worked on it, and there it is,
Yes,
you know.
yes. That's
And a
lovely.
friend of mine, everybody listens to it. I said, what do you think? Smooth jazz? No, somebody said, no, this is R&B,
Yeah, yeah.
because it's got that groove. It's got that funk groove. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it's very subtle, but it's something you can like kind of dance to it a little bit. It's not a disco,
No.
it's not high power, it's not like high energy, but it's like a groove thing. You can kind of move to it.
Mm-hmm. And you
Mhm.
do that little scatting on it and everything. I,
Yeah,
I just love that because you know how to. One thing I noticed about you is that you have a real ear for music. You know how to what to add to bring that seasoning to a actual to a track.
yeah, yeah.
That's
It
that's what I
just
love.
comes natural, like when that musical break started, and I
Mm-hmm.
started. I'm saying, I could have just sat it out and let that musical break just be a musical break.
Right.
Then I said, well, dog, I said, do boo boo, boo do do big boy do boy shabba da boy boo boo be, just go along with the beat and keep it in the pocket.
Right, right.
Yeah.
I love it. And that single is available on all streaming platforms, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And it's called Just to Be With You again for people who want to go out and listen
Just
to it,
or go
please.
to LA, the sound of LA. Go to the sound of LA. They can even go to my website, and it's called the sound of LA on my website.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay. I
But it's
want
on
to
the
talk
streaming.
about.
Mhm.
Oh, okay, good, good, good. So all streaming platforms, you guys, make sure you go and check that out. Just to Be With You, Miss Freda Payne's new single, just released. So, and then you also had a project last year I want to talk about in just a minute. But I want to talk about one of your older tracks that I forgot to mention last time, which is I Get High.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I know this, I know this. So I do know it. And then I thought about it and I realized that that was the song that the rapper Styles P sampled.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
And see, that was a song that I recorded when I was signed to Capitol Records back in 1977, 78.
mhm,
And it was done, at Capitol Records. And I had forgotten about that one, and then when it came out, when he did it, it was like, you gotta somebody sample your record, your song. I Get High on Your Memory.
right.
And then I start checking it out. And I said, wow, and
Mhm.
it was kind of cool. I thought I was impressed. It was
Yeah,
kind of
because
cool.
you were talking about somebody, kind of like love or their memory or whatever. But
Yeah, I was talking about love. I get high on thinking about you,
right,
baby, that kind of thing, and being with you. And he was talking about getting high,
exactly,
getting
exactly.
high in the clouds.
Oh man, but it went with the song the way he made it happen. So I mean, I guess it was a good thing beyond the getting high part. But how do you feel when artists sample your songs like that? Do you have to listen to the track first and say, "Let me see how I feel about this"?
Well, a lot of times they don't even they don't contact me. They may, to get the licensing to do it properly.
Hmm.
They like with on I Get High on Your Memory. They contacted Capitol Records, and
Okay.
they got like I guess an approval from Capitol, but they didn't get an approval
Mm.
from me. So I actually, to tell you the truth, I actually had a litigate, not a lawsuit. It didn't get to that, you
Okay.
know, a settlement, because they should have also gotten approval from me as well as the artist,
Mm.
and they hadn't done that. So that's what happened there. But to me, when somebody samples any of your music, it's like a compliment. It's an honor, as
Of
long as
course.
they take care of business
Of
and do
course.
the right thing.
That's
Contact,
right. That's right.
yeah, pay you your fee. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
That kind of thing.
It's nothing like hearing something on the radio with your voice and saying, "Oh, this sounds good," but I didn't get a check in the mail for this. Hold on.
Right. Hello.
hold on. Let's think about this.
Yeah.
Oh man, but that's an awesome track though. I love to see artists of your caliber be, transferred over to the new age without even having new music or, it being some of that old music. Um, matter of fact,
And then don't forget about my other album, that the CD that came out last year too, and that
Right,
was
right.
Let There Be Love. That came out
Yeah.
last year too.
Yeah, so you've been really busy. As a matter of fact, I want to talk about that too, because you've got an NAACP Image Award a nomination.
Yes,
So
I've been nominated for Best Jazz Vocal on an
yes,
album. So that's, to
yes.
me, I'm really proud of that.
Let me ask you something. With having that, with seeing what you've been doing within the last couple of years, do you think like to yourself at any point the success you're having now is probably some of the greatest you've had ever?
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
Okay.
No, no, no. My
Okay.
success from the 70s, uh, when Band of Gold first became a hit,
Mm-hmm.
an international hit, that's when things started to really jump off. But I've had successes all along,
Right.
like the 70s. But then, like they say, it keeps going on. It may not be consistent,
Mm-hmm.
you know, decade after decade, but I have to admit, like, this is a period where I am having, it's sort of like, I guess I am having some successes. I've never had all this going at the same time, with the book. It's the book, a new CD, a new single
Mm-hmm.
that's separate from the CD,
Right.
it's a whole nother genre of music. This
Yeah.
CD, I mean, this song, this single. And so I guess I am having a lot of success right now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, but that's awesome though. That's awesome to be able to stay and be true to yourself, I would say. Saying what you like singing, and then to still be able to have that success, whatever you might call success, because everybody has a different definition.
Well, the good thing, and I have to say, I'm very blessed,
Yes.
and I have a lot of, and I'm grateful, very grateful, is that I can sing different genres. I can sing jazz. I can do this, and then at the same time, I can turn around and do R&B.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I've come from that as well. Because Band of Gold and like Bring the Boys Home and all those songs,
Right.
when I was working with Holland Dozier and Holland, I mean, they brought me across. They
Yeah.
brought me over the bridge. I'll put it that way. And I have to give them the credit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, my career is more than just a Band of Gold.
That's right.
It's
That's right.
more than that. And I would like to be accepted and acknowledged and given credit for that as well.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, let me say, I think you have definitely made your mark in the world of music, period, across all genres, and you definitely excelled in jazz. I have to say that.
Thank you.
So you can really be put up there with the greats, those who you studied at this point, like Ella Fitzgerald, and all those
Yes.
wonderful singers from back in the day. You
Yeah,
have
and
really,
I'm going to be doing Ella again, the play. I'm
yes.
going to be doing the play, Ella Fitzgerald, First Lady of Song, and it's going to be in New York at a play. It's going to be at a theater called the Madison Theater at Malloy College. That's
Okay.
like about outside of Manhattan, in
Mm-hmm.
New York, in the state of New York. And I'm going to be doing it once again.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I hope people definitely come out and check it out, because you definitely put on a show no matter what. And matter of fact, before I let you go, I want to talk about one last thing that I forgot to talk about last time, as far as your acting. So we talked about the new project that you had at the time, which was the Netflix series you had a role in. But
That
one
was
of
a
my
cameo role. That was a cameo role.
right, right. But one of my favorites of you was from Nutty Professor, that I loved.
Oh yeah.
And matter of fact, I had just discovered again that you were in Sprung. I think that
Yeah.
was, yeah, Sprung,
Uh-huh.
doing a set on theirs. And I was like, oh yeah, how did I forget about this?
Yeah, little appearances here and there, you know.
Yeah, yeah. But you know what? Like my mother, I have to relate her to like tell her she was born in the 70s, but I have to tell her like that was the one who played in Nutty Professor for her to, for the comeback.
Mhm.
Because that's one of our favorite parts of you and Willie in the bar.
Oh yeah.
Uh, when he fights Eddie Murphy character.
Uh-huh.
Oh man, that's hilarious. But I'm glad to see that your work is truly transpiring and coming full circle for you. in not only acting, but singing and being nominated, having the book. You really
Right.
are a Renaissance woman at this point.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Tom.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So, of course, again, everybody, please go and purchase the book. It's called Band of Gold, a memoir, and that's available everywhere now, as well as the new single, Just to Be With You, and that's available on streaming platforms as well.
And Let There Be Love.
That's right.
We have to mention that I did, this is with big band,
Mhm.
and it's like the American Songbook type songs. I'm doing singing with Johnny Mathis.
Yes.
I'm singing with Dee Dee Bridgewater.
Yeah.
I'm singing with Kenny Lattimore.
That's right.
He's fat. I love Kenny Lattimore. And I'm singing with Kurt Elling. And he is definitely, he is a multi-Grammy award, winner, jazz vocalist, male jazz vocalist, Kurt Elling. So
Yeah.
I'm having a good time.
Well, as long as you're having a good time, we want to keep the good times rolling. So thank God for that.
Yes.
So I got to let you go because it's almost our time. But ladies and gentlemen, this is Miss Freda Payne. Thank you so much. And before I let you go, just let everybody know they can find you on social media and your website.
Right. Oh, and also this weekend, when is this going to be broadcast, by the way?
I'll put it up tonight.
Oh, great. Well, this Sunday, I'll be performing in Orinda, California. That's right outside of San Francisco, I think near Oakland. And I'm going to be at the Orinda Theater. And I'll be doing a full out concert at the Orinda Theater, which is February the 20th. Okay. And the show is at 5:00 p.m.
All right. And your social media handles and your website.
Yes, it's on my website. All that's on my website.
FredaPayne.com, right?
Yes, FredaPayne.com.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this is none other than Miss Freda Payne herself. Thank you so much again.
And thank you, Tom.